Welcome back to News 5 at 9. The time now is 9:15, and this morning we're here with Ellie Morris, who is an author of her latest, or the only book, her debut book, Cooling the South, the Block Ice Era. And first of all, it's about block ice.
Yeah, it is. It's a book on ice, which most people think couldn't possibly be an interesting topic, but there were a lot of funny stories, and it was extremely vital to our nation for many years. So it has a lot of research and a lot of information, as well as some entertaining tales in there.
So how does someone, and I don't know your age, but you look very young, how do you become intrigued with a topic like this?
Well, my family was in the ice business, and I lived at my family's ice plant for a year. We were no longer making ice when I lived there, but fortunately for me, most of my family members that worked there before were pack rats. So they had all this information laying around, and as I just wandered the plant after enough time, I discovered that there was a real story there. So I kind of pursued it, and originally it was just going to be on Mississippi. But as I researched, I found out that nobody had covered this business and that it was huge. We were dependent on it on so many ways. In the home, commercial businesses, the government used it. It was so vital that during both world wars, you could be excused from duty if you worked at an ice plant.
That's what I was reading about that, and that's, to me, that's amazing. Where is the industry now?
There are very few block plants left. At one point, there were 6,000 in the United States, and we have about 50 or 60 left. Most of them are in the South. They found some niche to keep going. They're either part of the seafood industry, which really developed hand in hand with ice, or they found some other way to make their product viable.
Okay. Now, one of the things that a lot of people ask me that we're starting to do is to ask the authors, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have traveled around the world a lot. I've lived in 50 countries. I've been lived in 12 states in the U.S. I've been a photojournalist and a writer. I had a lot of different odd jobs, and so I'm very much a free spirit, and this book just kind of developed, and that's what I'm doing now. It's a 5-year project, so that's kind of been the last 5 years of my life, or this book.
Okay. Well, anyway, before we get more information about the book, you can see Ellie at the Page and Palette. She will be there this Saturday from 2 to 4. Again, at the Page and Palette. For more information, 251-928-5295, where you can get your own signed copy. This book, when we talk about the ice industry, what is one thing that you want people to know? I know, obviously, it's a passion for you because you grew up, you know, with a family that did the block icing. But for someone here in the South where, you know, we enjoy our hot days and sometimes our cool nights, what would you like people to know?
My biggest interest in this was how many businesses were dependent on it and how much our lives changed, that the economy of the South really was dependent on ice for a very long time, not just in the homes, but that our agricultural business used it, textiles, dairy farming, chicken processing plants, seafoods, the sugarcane industry. There were so many businesses that developed and were able to operate in the South once this inexpensive refrigerant was around.
Wow. Again, Ellie will be at the Page and Palette this Saturday from 2 to 4. For more information, 928-5295. Thank you so much for stopping by this morning.
Thank you very much.
And again, good luck with your first book. Sounds like a good topic.
Yeah, it's won a couple of awards already, so I'm real happy with it.
You should have told us that. All right. Thanks.